Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Legal Matters by Sai Babu Sankara. Yesterday, that is on 20th April 2022, the Honorable Supreme Court of India, two judges bench, Justice Abhay S. Vokha and Ajay Rastogi, while disposing the case of Dr. Chanda Rani Akhouri versus Dr. M.A. Methu sethipathi in criminal appeal number, civil appeal number 6507 by 2009. So, on 20th, they held that the doctors cannot be held liable for medical negligence since due to the reason that they could not save the life of the patient. Once again, I reiterate, doctors cannot be held liable for medical negligence merely because they could not save the life of the patient. This is already held. So, very famous case, Jacob Methu versus State of Punjab, 1985. You are well aware. Of course, the decision came in 2005. But this is one of the most important case, Jacob Methu case. It is always cited. In this case also, the case is cited. Right. So, first of all, let us know the details of the case. Here, both of them are doctors. Please remember, this woman is not an ordinary woman. Her husband, by name Naveen Kant. Now, her husband's name is Naveen Kant. Actually, he developed hypertension during the year 1990s. So he developed hypertension, heavy BP. It was not being controlled. Ultimately, he went to a neurologist by name Dr. P.D. Gulati. He was under the treatment of Dr. P.R. Gulati. But since the hypertension, even though they are giving some 25 mg tablets, is not getting cured, ultimately he referred for actually renal transplantation, kidney transplantation, and thereafter dialysis may be necessary, like that he advised. Right. So in this regard, some well-wishers, normally when we want to go for operation or transplantation, all these things, normally we want to, if you have money, you want to the best treatment. Is it not? Suppose when I wanted to get my wife's niece operated, I approached Dr. Guru Reddy. He is the number one in Asia, in our continent. So likewise, people. So these well-wishers, they advised him to go to Dr. Methu sethipathi, who is an expert. Dr. M.A. Methu sethipathi, he is an expert. So, taking their advice into account, Naveen Kant and his wife, Dr. Chanda Rani Akhouri, both of them approached Dr. Methu sethipathi. So, he has perused the entire records, the treatment made so far, and the recommendation of Dr. P.D. Gulati. Ultimately, he said that better you go for kidney transplantation. That is, so it should be, they should follow the legal formalities under Human Organs Transplantation Act in 1994. Of course, everything was because they are doctor, they could make it in time. Ultimately, they have taken the help of a donor. The kidney was transplanted. Incidentally, he was discharged on 24/11/1995, but he was under the care of Dr. Methu sethipathi. So once again, the trouble started. Ultimately, he died on 3/2/1996. So even though the kidney was transplanted, he could not survive for more than a year. 1 year, he died. Now she filed a case. So because of the negligence of the medical officer of the Mr. Sethipathi, my husband died. So she claimed a compensation of 95,16,174.33. At that time, 95 lakhs means you have to file before the National Commission. Right? She has filed a case before the NCDRC, alleging that her husband died on 3/2/1996 due to the medical negligence. Of course, the NCDRC, it has dismissed the complaint, stating that it has taken the expert team of doctors, two doctors, Dr. Sunil and another, they stated that the medicine, the prescription, the medicine and the administration were up to the mark. Of course, doctors cannot guarantee that they will save the lives of the people. That's why while talking about the medical negligence, giving lecture, I told you, a doctor cannot promise that the patient will be alive. A lawyer should not promise that he will get acquittal in the case. So, therefore, the expert team of doctors opined that he died due to prolonged illness. This is the opinion. So, they have relied on Jacob Methu case. The court has NCDRC and of course Supreme Court also relied on Jacob Methu case. Now, let us rewind, let us revise regarding the professional skill and other things. Please remember, the doctors are expected to take a reasonable care. This much you have to know. The doctors are expected to take a reasonable care. But no professional doctor can assure that the patient will come back home after overcoming the crisis. You can't give assurance. So, the court held that liability would come only when, number one, either a person did not possess the requisite skills. So, regarding the professional or professional doctor. So, if a doctor does not have the professional requisite skills, says definitely the liability will come. And secondly, he did not exercise the skill that is with reasonable competence. So, negligence, you all know, it is a breach of duty of care and skill. So, if a doctor is skillful enough or as a professionalist, what he has to do? Number one, he has to decide whether he can take up the case or not. So whether if he is an MS, then only he can go for surgery. If he is MD, he cannot go for the surgery. Second, what type of drugs have to be administered? That is drug administration system. And third, if he wants to conduct surgery, are all the paraphernalia available like oxygen, like electricity generator, all these things, whether they are available or not, he has to see. Then only he has to undertake the so-called treatment of the patient. So that is what is called reasonable skill and competence. If he doesn't have this, definitely he is liable for negligence. But this doctor is a specialist, Methu Sethipathi is a specialist, and Dr. Gulati already has actually categorically noted on all the developments. So ultimately, it is opined that he died due to prolonged illness, even though there is no guarantee that when the kidney is changed, that will survive. We can't give assurance. So ultimately, the Honorable Supreme Court of India did not find any irregularity in the award given by the NCDRC, which dismissed the petition. And of course, she could not get success. And Supreme Court also noted that we feel pity for losing your, we will pity on you for losing your husband, but medical negligence cannot be attributed on the Dr. M.A. Methu Sethipathi. So please remember, Jacob Methu case, once again, it has come into light in this particular case. So therefore, please read the case carefully and enrich your legal knowledge. Thank you very much.